Hello and welcome to Live Before You Die podcast. I'm your host Vipul, and in today's episode we shall be talking about Raj Yoga, Chapter-5, the control of psychic prana from the complete works of Swami Vivekananda. So Swamiji begins by saying that we have seen the first steps according to yogis is to control the motion of lungs. What we want to do is to feel the finer motions that are going on in the body. Our minds have become externalized and have lost sight of the fine motions inside. If we can begin to feel them, we can begin to control them. These nerve currents go all over the body, bringing life and vitality to every muscle, but we do not feel them. The yogi says we can learn to do so. How? By taking up and controlling the motion of lungs. When we have done that for a sufficient length of time, we should be able to control the finer motions. Next, Swamiji says, we now come to the exercise in pranayama. Sit upright. The body must be kept straight. Spinal cord, although not attached to vertebral column, is yet inside of it. If you sit crooked, you disturb the spinal cord. So, let it be free. Anytime you sit crookedly and try to meditate, you do yourself an injury. The three parts of the body, the chest, the neck, and the head must be always held straight in one line. You will find that by little practice, this will come to you as easy as breathing. The second thing is to get control of the nerves. We have said that the nerve center that controls the respiratory organs has sort of controlling effect on the other nerves. And rhythmical breathing is therefore necessary. The breathing that we generally use should not be called breathing at all. It's very irregular. Then there are some natural differences of breathing between men and women. The first lesson is just to breathe in a measured way, in and out. That will harmonize the system. When you have practiced this for some time, you will do well to join it. The repetition of some words as Om or any other sacred word. In India, we use certain symbols, words instead of counting 1, 2, 3, 4. That is why I advise you to join mental repetition of Om or some other sacred words to the Pranayama. Let the word flow in and out with the breath, rhythmically, harmoniously, and you will find the whole body is becoming rhythmical. Then you will learn that what rest is. Compare it with it, sleep is no rest. Once this rest comes, the most tired nerves will be calmed down and you will find that you have never before really rested. The first effect of this practice is perceived in the change of expressions of one's face. Harsh lines disappear. With calm thoughts, calmness comes over the face. Next comes the beautiful voice. I never saw a yogi with a croaking voice. These signs come after a few months of practice. After practicing the above mentioned breathing for a few days, you should take up a higher one. Slowly fill the lungs with breath through the ida, the left nostril, and at the same time concentrate the mind on nerve current as it were sending the nerve current, the spinal cord, and strikingly violently in the last plexus of the basic lotus, which is triangular in form, the seat of the Kundalini. Then hold the current there for some time. Imagine that you are slowly drawing that nerve current with breath through on the other side, the pingala, then slowly throw it out through the right nostril. This will find a little difficult to practice. The easiest way is to stop the right nostril with thumb and then slowly draw in the breath to the left. Then close both nostrils with the thumb and forefinger and imagine that you are sending the current down and striking the base of the Sushmana. Then take the thumbs off and let the breath out through the right nostril. Next, inhale slowly through that nostril, keeping the other closed by forefinger. Then close both as before. The way the Hindu practice this would be very difficult for this country because they do it from their childhood and their lungs are prepared for it. Hence, it is well to begin with 4 seconds and then slowly increase. Draw in 4 seconds, hold in 16 seconds, then throw out in 8 seconds. This makes one pranayama. At the same time, think of the basic lotus triangular in the form of concentrate the mind on that center. The imagination can help you a great deal. The next breathing is slowly drawing the breath in and then immediately throwing it out slowly and then stopping the breath out using the same numbers. The only difference is that in the first case the breath was held in and in second case held out. This last is the easier one. The breathing in which you hold the breath in the lung must not be practiced too much. Do it only 4 times in the morning and the 4 times in the evening. Then you can slowly increase the time and number. You will find that you have the power to do so and that you take pleasure in it. So, very carefully and cautiously increase as you feel that you have the power to 6 instead of 4. It may injure you if you practice it irregularly. Of the 3 processes of the purification of the nerves described above, the first and the last are neither difficult nor dangerous. The more you practice, the first one, the calmer you will be. Just think of Om and you can practice even while you are sitting at your work. You will be all the better for it. Someday if you practice hard, the Kundalini will be aroused. For those who practice once or twice a day, just a little calmness of the body and mind will come, and a beautiful voice. Only for those who can go on further with it, the Kundalini will be aroused, and the whole nature will begin to change, and book of knowledge will open. No more will you need to go to books for knowledge. Your own mind will become your book, containing infinite knowledge. I have already spoken of the Ida and Pingala currents flowing through either side of spinal column and also the Sushmana, the passage to the center of the spinal cord. These are present in every animal. Whatever being has a spinal cord has 3 lines of action, but the yogi claim that in an ordinary man Sushmana is closed. Its action is not evident, while that of the other 2 carrying power to different parts of body. The yogi alone has the Sushmana open. When the Sushmana current opens and it begins to rise, we get beyond the senses. Our minds become super sensuous, super conscious. We get beyond even the intellect, where reasoning cannot reach. To open that Sushmana is a prime object of yogi. According to him, along this Sushmana are the arranged these centers, or in more figurative languages, these lotuses are, as they are called, the lowest one of the lower end of the spinal cord and is called Mooladhara. The next higher is Swastikhanana. The third is Manipura. The fourth is Anhata. Fifth is Vishuddha. Sixth is Ajna. And the last, which is the brain, is Sahasrara, or the 1,000-petaled. Of these we have to take cognitive, just now 2 centers only. The lowest, the Mooladhara, and the highest, Sahasrara. All energy has to be taken up from the seat of Mooladhara and brought to Sahasrara. The yogi claim that of all the energies that are in human body, the highest is what they call Ojas. Now this Ojas is stored up in brain, and the more Ojas in the man's head, the more powerful he is, the more intellectual, the more spiritually strong. One man may speak beautiful language and beautiful thoughts, but they do not impress people. Another man speaks neither beautiful language nor beautiful thoughts, yet his words charm. Every moment of his is powerful. This is the power of ojas. Absolute chastity insisted upon. This is why the monks came into existence, giving up marriage. There must be perfect chastity in thoughts, words, and deeds. Without it, the practice of Raj Yoga is dangerous and may lead to insanity. If the people practice Raj Yoga at the same time led to an impure life, how can they expect to become yogi? So with this, we are coming to the end of this episode. And if you like this episode, then like, share, and subscribe to Live Before You Die podcast. I'll be back soon with another episode. Till then, take care, keep the faith, stay happy, stay calm. Goodbye.